All right, so let's talk a little JAPA before we leave for the evening. There's this gentleman talking about JAPA on here. JAPA, you guys being tired. JAPA divorce, 56 years, nurse lost everything. Let's hear what he has to say.
He's a guy that has been in the UK for 17 years. This is the same guy that trained his wife through university in Nigeria. He's a guy that has settled in the UK, that has been working as a senior nurse. He's a senior currently. He was a senior nurse before his pin was taken away from him because of the situation between him and his wife. He's now living in one room in Petersburg, one single room. This is a guy that has been living in a flat. He's been living in the flat here in London. You know, 2-bedroom flat, well furnished in London here. But because of the situation, you know, because of what has happened between him and his wife, you know, not only that he lost his pin, you know, he was kicked out of the house. The guy now decided to go far away, to go to Petersburg, you know.
Far away.
The fact that you know your wife, the fact that you have been with this woman for 20 years doesn't mean she cannot cause problem for you when she gets abroad. See, this is where a problem will start. A problem will start if you have a wife that loves to keep friends. If your wife is the type that loves to keep friends, you will get issue.
Wow.
Because the moment she relocates to the UK, all she wants to think about friends, the people she can mingle with, the people she can begin to roll with, the people they can begin to go to, what is it called? Parties, buying Ashwabi together. That's the first thing that will come to her head. And before you know it, she starts to give you all sort of different kinds of behaviors, you know, in the house. This is the same woman you trained through school, you know, university back home, bringing her over here. You spent a lot of money. And then before you realize, those friends that she's been mingling with, those friends that she's been going around with, will begin to put one or two things in her brain. Before you know it, you are nobody to her. Because for you as a guy to bring your woman to the UK, to
okay, it's not circling. Very well. All right. What do you guys think? Let me get your thoughts. Thoughty. Let's talk about this. Let me see. Chinye say I don't think he's innocent. Talk about Apostle Sulamai, right? But you can't show evidence. Yeah, have some self-awareness. Reassess your own, the way you think about spirituality, please. All right. So I think that's a struggle for a lot of people, honestly, because of the way that we are raised. All right. Continue to work on yourself and make sure you have a good understanding of what you consider to be spirituality, so you don't end up like Alima Abubakar. Okay. All these marriages breaking up in Nigeria and JAPA cause harm. Did you have a question mark in front of them, film girl? That's what they're saying. They're saying JAPA cause harm. Dilo said they have come again. Oh, they will not say the true story. Now, so woman blame. Not just that, though. There are women blaming men too. Oh. Let's not forget that, too. But you're right. You're right. Absolutely. Friends are always blamed, not lack of skills on both parts. Yep. So we can even take that to another level. Chinye. The person that's complaining, never talk about their own lack of skills. They don't, right? Because they feel like the victim. Obviously, they feel hurt. So one of the hardest things for them to do is like, wait, what skill are you talking about? I was a good husband. I was a good wife. What do you mean? Kilo me. Skills. What are you talking about? What is all this skills nonsense that you keep talking about? That's how they feel. But you know what? They will have to argue with their destiny because their results is clearly not what they want. And the only way to change that is to change their input. The only way to change the output is to change the input. Okay. Garbage in, garbage out. Let's see. She said yes. You say yes to the question mark. Yeah, they're saying JAPA cost some now. Yes, I'm questioning if JAPA cost AY and other marriages breaking up in Nigeria. Right. In Nigeria, right? So we've had the AY, you have the Basket Mouse, you have the Julius Agu, you have the Yule Doche, you have the Emeka Ike. That's even one is ancient. How long ago did that marriage break up, right? With very, very toxic, painful level rhetoric. You know, those ones are not JAPA. But no, they are just celebrity. We don't count those ones. People don't divorce at normal people in Nigeria. They don't. They just have side chicks. They just commit a lot of paternity fraud. May God help us. Skills course, skills knee, exactly. That's what they will say to us. Like, he needs skills or she told back on. I mean, now say game. You need to have game. Like, what game? You don't need game. Go and sit down somewhere. It's like, okay, sure. Can you change your result? No, we're just going to pray to God until it changes. Okay? You are just a lucky one. You are just lucky. Go and sit down and beg somewhere. Now you go to teach us. What are you going to teach us? You will just come to life yesterday. Anyway, let's talk about it. I want to play it and I want to react to every statement he made because I already left a comment here 4 days ago. This has been on in my queue for 4 days. Yeah. All right. So the title says he lost everything 2 years after his wife. Amen. 2 years after his wife joined him in the UK. So let's hear the story.
You want her to be a better person in the future. You know, only for the woman to get to UK while I can't start.
No, wait, in this suro. That's better.
But this is a guy that has been in the UK for 17 years.
The guy has been in the UK for 17 years, okay? By the way, that is a meaningless metric. It's useless. Could need 2 more. At best, maybe you have accent that sounds UK-ish after 70 years. Something small. Maybe you say in it. That's about it. Okay. For the most part, it's a useless metric. It's you don't the exotic. Okay, good. What does that have to do with marriage? Okay, let's keep going.
This is the same guy that trained his wife through university in Nigeria.
The same guy that trained his wife through university in Nigeria. This is giving Emeka Ike. Is it not? Is it me? Is it me? It's straight. Now, that is a fantastic thing to do as a man. Right? But did you not mean it when you did it? I mean, what are you expecting? You never expected it that the person will remain human being. What's going on here? Huh? You never expected it.
I never expected it.
All right. If you did anything for your spouse, good for you. What was the value in it for you when you did it for them? You didn't hear me?
Halfway.
What were you getting from it? Or what did you hope you were going to get from it when you were doing what you were doing for them? No, I'm patient. I'm waiting for you. Keep thinking about it. You were doing so. You brought her to America. What was in it for you? Don't tell me that you were doing charity work now.
How should you be that?
Was it charity? What were you looking to get out of it? Now, before everything that has happened, is this something that you were using to haunt him every day in the house, that you did paper for them, you brought them from America?
Oh my days, no,
it's just a question. I just want to clear it up before we continue. I'm patient. You can answer in the comments, but let's continue. Let's continue with this bros. This bros is telling us a story. Let's go along with it.
It's a guy that has settled in the UK, that has been working.
This guy has settled in the UK. Has been working 17 years. Remember?
As a senior nurse, he's a senior currently. He was a senior nurse before his spin was.
He was a senior nurse, a nurse in his own right. And you know what? Nurse don't they collect stray bullets for so long. Why another nurse kilo day? What did these nurses do to you?
Taken away from him because of the situation between him and his wife.
What was taken away from him? The senior nurse thing was taken away from him. What are we talking about here? Let's keep going.
He's now living in one room in Petersburg. One single room. This is a guy that has been living in a flat.
He's been living in a flat, now he's living in one room. What happened? Tell us the rest of it.
He's been living in a flat here in London.
Okay.
2-bedroom flat, well furnished.
Well furnished. What happened?
In London here.
Yes.
But because
yes.
of the situation, because of what has happened between him and his wife.
What happened, bros? Between him and his own wife. Let's not forget that it's his own wife, not my wife, his wife. Right? What happened between them?
Not only that he lost his pin.
Huh? He lost his pin. Is that what they call it? Is that the pin? Is that senior nurse? Is that what that is? A pin? I don't know. Please enlighten me. He lost a pin. Does that mean his license? Is what is that? A license? A pin? What's a license? The man license was revoked. Okay. Thank you, Daddy Film Girl. Let me bring that to the screen. The man license was revoked because of the official police statement from his wife. Maybe alleged DV. Oh, say it ain't so. Wait, there was police involved? Okay, wait, let's keep going.
He was kicked out of the house.
He was kicked out of the house. What happened? I'm still waiting for what happened.
The guy now decided to go far away, to go to Petersburg,
So he decided to go to Petersburg. We have a Petersburg here in Florida too, right?
The fact that you know your wife, the fact that you have been with this woman for 20 years doesn't mean she cannot cause problem for you when she gets abroad. See, this is
the fact that you've known the wife for 20 years does not mean she cannot cause problem for you. Wait. Such a profound statement.
Oh, you're right.
Such a profound statement. He said something. We can all agree to that. Just because you've known somebody all your life, like even your own mother, because it's not just wife, right?
You doing what?
It's not just wife, right? Just because you know that person does not mean they cannot cause problem for you. So we're still waiting for the story, bros.
where a problem will start.
Uh-huh.
A problem will start if you have a wife that loves to keep friends.
What? If he loves to keep friends, is there a difference between have friends or keep friends? Is there a difference? Keep friends, have friends. Because I've seen people say I don't keep friends before. And they say it like it's a badge of honor or something like that.
You think so they're wise?
Is there a difference? Keep friend, have friend. But if you have a wife that loves to keep friends, okay, let's wait. That's when the problem starts. Okay, maybe he's going to tell us more. Let's go.
If your wife is the type that loves to keep friends,
Uh-huh.
you will get issue.
Wait, just for having friends? Kilo mean? Huh? Just for having friends? So before this becomes a reality, even the idea, that theory will cause wahala.
Wala, Nigeria don't report so at you go our call. Wala.
If you nurse that idea behind your head, it will cause you wahala. It will cause you wahala. Even before there's a friend, you know what you fear the most, you attract. The devil is a very powerful. Oh, lagbara, bokonigbala. It does not have salvation, right? It does. And sometimes it uses ideologies behind your own head to pressurize your life.
Everything I do, I will. Pressure to what?
Did say, if we're not furnished in my apartment now, wait to concern us with well furnished. I guess it was rich. They call it flat. Say flat. In UK, they call it the flat. In it. Let's keep going.
Because the moment she relocates to the UK, all she wants to think about is friends.
Wait. We're talking about two ideas now. The moment she relocates to the UK, all she wants to think about is friends. That's one idea. The other idea is that the problem starts once you start having friends, which one we need to go one direction? We can't be going two directions at the same time. Now we're getting confused. Is it that let's generalize with a full chest. Every time they move to UK, they just want to have friends, or the beginning of the problem is friendship. Critical thinking is key. It's key. Now we're going two different directions. Let's see which one it goes.
People she can mingle with, the people she can begin to roll with,
Okay.
the people they can begin to go to,
Oh, I'm there.
what is it called? Parties, buying Ashwabi together.
Okay.
That's the first thing that will come to our head.
That's the first thing that will come to our head. Save me. Somebody save me. It's not getting to the juice. I'm waiting for the rest of this story. Hopefully it gets to it. Let's keep going. Wait.
And before you know it, she starts to give you all sort of different kinds of behaviors, in the house. This is the same.
Okay, good. She start hanging out with friends. She go to parties. She want to socialize, right? Is that a crime? I'm waiting for the point where, because sometimes context we add to it and we say that it's a crime, right? Now, bad friends, yes, maybe we'll get there. Let's see.
Woman, you trained through school, university back home.
The woman that you train, the woman that let me say it the Anambra way. The woman that you train through school. So the theory is that she can't have friends. Okay, now these friends, are they falling out of the skies? Did she meet them at work? Did she go to Starbucks and start meeting them randomly in the middle of the streets? Or these are friends from high school that she's always said, my friend lives in London. When I get there, my husband is taking me to London. When I get there, I'll hang out with my friends, right? Now, is she hanging out with these friends on every single day? That's one thing. It's one thing that she's hanging out with these friends on every single day. It's another thing that you feel like she's hanging out way too much every single day. So when you say it out of your mouth, it comes out as it's every day, right? And in your head, as a matter of fact, it feels the same. Well, what's the difference? I'm saying like she just goes out way too much. Okay, Mr. Prestige. Somebody said that in the comment the other day. I said, Mr. Prestige. I just laughed. I said, we're not going to explain tire. We're not going to explain tire now. Let's keep going.
Bringing her over here, you spend a lot of money. And then before you realize, those friends that she's been mingling with, those friends that she's been going around with, will begin to put one or two things in her brain.
Okay, those friends will continue to put one or two things in her brain. Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, it's usually men that have this problem. Let me warn you. Her friends, her family members, her sisters, okay, her friends, the WhatsApp groups, okay, you're right, absolutely correct.
Oh, you're right.
You're right. These entities they have high influence over your wife. They do. They do. They do. They have very high influence over your wife. Okay. Now you have a choice. You can make a big deal out of it if you want, or just see it as life. It's just, you have friends too, Abby. If you want, you can make a big deal out of it. You know how Auntie Yabo say, do you? Do you? Okay. Do you? Okay. But if you make a big deal out of it, it becomes a big deal. That's all. It's nothing. There's no complex formula or mathematics there. You make a big deal out of the fact that she has friends, it becomes a big deal. How? What did you say that's profound now? I know.
How, Sway?
She will multiply for you. She will help you turn it to a big deal. That's what she does best. She be incubator. Right? You have a problem with those friends? Right? Now, those friends will now become a problem. Welcome to the real world. So how do we? What solution did you provide? Bashen bini new. My Yoruba so. Bashen bini no. That's I can't say it in English. It will be wrong, right? That's how you ask questions. Yeah. Now that's a fantastic question. What's the solution?
I never expected it.
How about don't make a big deal out of it? How about that one? It's too simple. It's too simple. Yeah, but they are causing problem. You don't understand. I said they are influential. That's a fact of life.
Oh, you're right.
All right. But there's a question here. All right. Are you a bigger influence on your wife, or the friends are a bigger influence on them? Right. It depends on what angle we are looking. Right. If you make a big deal out of it,
Why are you running? Why are you running?
if you make a big deal out of it, have I said that enough? Listen, you're concerned that they're influencing her. I don't see anything wrong yet, because your own friends influence you. I influence my friends. Our friends influence us, right? So if you carry certain type of, as an adult, if you carry certain type of friends, yes, they will influence you. But that is a default. And the friends you choose to have, the kind of friends she chooses to have, indicates the kind of wife you choose to have. Right? This can happen here. It can happen in Nigeria. It's not a matter of JAPA. Right? It can happen anywhere. And the further away your wife is, the higher the influence that the friends have on her. Don't you think? So a lot of these issues, gentlemen, are things that will happen in life, but you make a big deal out of them, and then they become a bigger issue for you. A lot of time when the friends are coming around, maybe they're, I know the feeling, they're annoying, okay? Some of them can be annoying. That's the honest truth. Instead of you just to be patient, small. You make a big deal out of it, then it becomes a big deal. How do I say this? It needs to be a little more complex. I need to bring in spiritual stories and bring in miracle stories and tell you how about some Baba that she went to go see and some other afar, and then how she will end up in a problem. I should bring all that in so I can scare you more, Abi. Listen to me carefully. All you have to do is simple. Acknowledge your feeling. You feel how you feel. You feel some type of way. Maybe her friend, when she talks, maybe her mouth smell, and it irks you a little way, and you feel some type of way about her friend, her sisters, and all these places. Acknowledge your feeling. Feel how you feel. Put your hands on your chest. Then you now know. Instead of waiting until you lose your wife like AY to say these two shall pass. That was a statement that AY made today. He said these two shall pass. How about before it gets bad, just say, put your hands on your chest. Say, these two shall pass. She will come right back to you. Because her friends will go back to their own house, right? And then she will come back and tell you more story about how these friends are even terrible in the first place. But you can't wait. You want to tell her now, and you want to drag the issue now. Why? Because you hear one bros on the internet tell you that the first thing that women do when they come to UK is that they start to have friends, and the beginning of the problem of your marriage is these friends. No. The beginning of the problem of your marriage is making a big deal out of the fact that a normal human being have friends that are not perfect, that of course will influence them, and they influence each other. It's what they call friendship. It's called relationships as well, right? You make a big deal out of it, and you're not going to listen right now because everything I just said does not sound complex or cruising enough for you. I'll be here. I'm patient. I'll be here. Okay. I'll come to the chat in a minute. I see that you guys are going in. I'll come to the chat. Let's see. Bros is still talking.
Before you know it, you are nobody to her. Because for you,
before you know it, you're nobody to her. Yes. Now, everything he said, I can agree with, except that there's more to that story, right? If you make a big deal, he didn't have that part. I'm hiding it for him. If you make a big deal out of our friendship, you become a nobody to her because you are unfit, not here. You are pressure. You are smothering her to death because of one friendship. So what does she do when you start smothering her to death like that because of a friendship? Something that's obviously temporary in nature.
are you running? Why are you running?
You become a nobody to her because you don't have self-control. You don't have emotional self-control. You get caught up in women issues. That's why. No, it's not your fault. You don't know any better because somebody told you that all those friends, that friend, that one, the one that bleached the other, has been bleaching the other day, the one that go to party the other day, and that one that has a side boyfriend on the other side, those are the friends you are carrying around. Let me give you a formula. Go and be saying that to your wife once she has one or two friends. Let's see how it plays out. So what are you saying? Allah, should it be that way? No, I didn't say that. What I'm saying is that you're going to encounter some of these issues. How you react is the only thing you can control. See, that controlling behavior of yours will work. It cannot work. It will make matters worse. Remember, it's your wife. It's not my wife. Remember, it's your wife, not my wife. So I'm not teaching you what to do. I'm just telling you exactly how it's going to play out. You make a big deal out of it, it becomes a big deal. Whereas the issue was actually lightweight in the first place. She just has the friends. Okay, the friends hurt you. Okay, good. For the most part, if you know women, it's temporary. She won't forget the friend. For a whole 6 months, they won't talk. But you made a big deal out of it. Now, she's crying on the shoulder of the friend. And you now say, you're nobody in front of her eyes. Before.
Who as a guy to bring your woman to the UK to live with you? That means you love the woman very well. You want her to be a better person in the future.
So, right, your wife.
You know, only for the woman to get to UK while I can't start. You know, they can't pursue you, come on for us, can't take your pin. Where you go start?
So they just woke up one day, they pursue you out of the house. Come take your what?
From somebody of over 50 something years. What do you say? The guy don't they reach like 56 years now. Where the guy won't start?
Where the guy won't start at 56. True word. True word.
For the place where you say they live for Petersburg, they pay like 350 for one room. This is the guy that's been living well. Big boy. If you drive correct car
Big
for
boy.
For his
And just one woman came one day that is known, his own wife, for 20 years and flipped everything over just like that.
situation like this, some people go they say, oh, na lie. Now the guy know they
No, why would you say na lie? No, God forbid.
good. Now the man know they good.
No, I will never say that too. We don't know that. He's a good man. Except that this has nothing to do with being a good man. Sorry. Sorry, oh, sorry. He has nothing to do with being a good man.
Sorry, oh.
I know he's a good man. You don't have to tell me that. That's part of the issues.
Don't get me wrong, there are some men that are so not as well.
No, that's not the angle. Most men are good people. Bros, any suru. This man is a good man. Let's stay right there, okay? Let's stick with your story. You don't have to sugarcoat or make it sound good or make you sound like you want to be on two sides at the same time. Stay right there on that side. That man is a good man. He brought his wife abroad. He overreacted to friends. Okay? That's the most we've gotten so far, right? He made a big deal out of some friendship, right? So now everything between making a big deal and then him sleeping in one room is what we're trying to figure out right now. But because it looks like people just jump from friendship straight to living in one room. And this kind of Nollywood movie, they don't make them anymore. Let's keep going.
Every man, if you are going to bring your wife to come live with you in the UK, you got to be very careful.
You got to be careful.
You must make sure you know the woman very well.
Make sure you say you know the woman very well. Okay, I don't really know what that means, by the way. What does that mean, to know the woman? After 20 years, how much do you want to know? Know the woman very well. Knowing in the Bible means you're benching with them, right? Is that what he's talking about? What exactly is he talking about? Knowing them very well. Like know their family, know their ancestors. Exactly what is he talking about? Because that sounds very vague.
You must make sure say you know say that woman what you say you want bring. Don't be that type of woman. You say when she enter UK, she go begin mingle with different kinds of friends.
So basically the solution would be before you bring your woman to overseas, go to Nigeria first. Say you no go have friend though when you get to overseas. Oh, no friend. My husband, what do you mean no friends? Only kilo mean no friends. So I cannot have any friends at all. What about my friends that went to high school together that has been living in external of exit of the other side of London for about 10 years. We always fantasized that one day we'll be together again. So I cannot have friends. Gentlemen, in your mind, how do you think this conversation is going to pan out? I'm just wondering. So, put your foot down. Don't you have control over your woman and tell her she cannot have friend? I'm just trying to figure out what exactly is this brother talking about right now. How does that play out? This is what I mean by we need real examples. People talk in generals, and then when it comes down to application, we're lost. Everybody's lost. They just make one statement on the internet, and then we're lost. Kilo mean. Sheko le nyoreni, can she not have friends?
Where they go party, very soon she's not going to listen to you.
If she goes party, very soon she not going to listen to you. No, somebody will explain this to me. All right, let's see.
She's going to go party this weekend, go leave the kids, you're going to go party next week.
Okay.
I'm not saying to go to party is bad, but your
bros, he's not saying to go to party is not bad though. So let's hear it.
family first. This is a guy that
All right, so family first. Family first. Okay, so pardon my manners. Let me come to the chat. What's going on, Simisola? How are you? Let's see. D-Love say, come and carry your Igbo brother, I beg. Is he Igbo? This guy sound like Yoruba or a Ghanaian to me. Actually, more like a Yoruba man. Well, Brother Ben is here. Well, Brother Allah, I don't think you should discard everything he's describing. No, he's right. Let me see. You see my comment? You see my comment? My comment say, you know lie, my G. But tell us the rest of the what? What happened between the friendship, the new friendship, and him living in one room? You know he's a good man. I want to know all the good deeds, at least all the good deeds that he did. I'm not being sarcastic, I'm real. Usually these issues are happening to good men. It has nothing to do with being a bad man outside of cheating, because women will never agree with you that cheating makes you a good person. Okay? Right? But I'm saying the fact that he's a good man, an upstanding man, go to work, take care of himself, has a car, has a house, a nice living well. Remember, furnished flat. Of course he's a good man. But what happened between the friendship and living in the room? Are we not going to get the rest of that story? Why is it that they always conveniently leave that part of the story out is the question. Why? How do you leave the most important part of the story out is what I'm asking, Brother Ben. So I'm not discarding anything. He discarded the majority of the story. Where's the story? Because I still think the man is a good man. Where's the rest of the story so we can actually assess the situation? Because as you can see in a second here, you will see that the chat will conclude off of the story that we never heard. The only thing we know is that if you create friendship, it's like a lesson. If you have a wife that will have friendship, you will start having problems in your family. Does that really make any sense? Just by itself. I'm just asking. I'm just trying to learn. Sometimes the ladies come over and mingle with the wrong crowd. Yes. Now the question is that who determines what a wrong crowd is? Clearly not her. Let's think about it deeply, right? Clearly she's mingling with these people she doesn't think is the wrong crowd. So all by yourself as a husband, you determine that that's the wrong crowd. So how do you address that? You can see clearly you're the husband. You can see where it's going because you listen to one bros on the internet one day say, watch out for friendship. So you can see that this is going to turn out bad. So you figure out that this is a wrong crowd. So now how do you address this with your wife? She feels she clearly doesn't feel it's a wrong crowd. You feel it's a wrong crowd. These bros do not tell us how to handle that. If you figure out it's a wrong crowd and she doesn't think it's a wrong crowd, these bros did not tell us now. Oku or iku. If we can get these bros to come and tell us at least that part, I think it may be a little bit more complete. Right? But I said we should be paying attention to the men too. Many folks are enduring emotional abuse. This man has not told us anything for us to make the conclusion of emotional abuse. Okay? As a matter of fact, this bros has attempted at emotionally abusing me by telling me this story to trigger me because I'm a man. And naturally, I want to take sides with my brothers. Like, kilo me, just kicked out like that, I want to overreact too. It's craziness, right? But then I calm down, say, let me stay calm. Some of us have to stay calm. Say, where's the rest of the story so we can assess this properly now? So I feel like this man is emotionally abusing me personally. I'm just letting you know. Let's not make it seem with their stories are bogus. T for thanks, according to my policewoman, Chidima. Anyway, I'm just waiting for the rest of the story. That's all. Film Girl says, exactly. How about you influencing your wife and also influence her friends? Influence. You cannot kill influence unless you just want to buy or you want somebody in slavery. Influence is a real part of life. All we're asking you to learn is how it works and how you can navigate it and use it in your favor and in the favor of your loved ones, as opposed to controlling behavior. That's all we're saying. Our friends influence her. Yes, that's a fact of life. So I absolutely did not dismiss what he said. That is a fact of life. She's going to have friends, co-workers. They will say things to her. Sometimes our parents will say the things that will trigger her. But does she deem you someone she can come back home to cry on your shoulder? Abi, you want to become the enemy by making a big deal out of it. These are the kind of things we don't think about, right? We just want to sympathize with the person that's complaining. If I sympathize with you that your wife kicked you out of your house, does that solve your problem? I'm asking, does it solve it? You go still collect because you learn nothing out of me sympathizing with you. You go still collect. JAPA marriage. Anyway, thank you for that, film girl. Yeah. The funny thing is that men don't realize that women don't even listen to each other like that. You have no influence over the friends. That's the issue. You should ask yourself, how come? It's not blaming yourself, it's holding yourself accountable. It's becoming responsible for your reality. Me, Ola. How did your friend have more influence over you than me? Like, bring in some level of arrogance into that conversation. Your friend, I love your friend too. Your friend gone safe. Na part, I marry all of Unakari. Influence comes from here, not the other way around. How did you end up in a situation where the influence of the friend beat yours is the question. These are the questions they never ask. Because why? Because a woman should just know that family come first. So you end up preaching to the choir. She's just confused.
Not be juju be that.
She already knows that. It's just that she's confused. She's just trying to run away from you now because you're smothering her to death, frankly. Not because you're an evil person. It's because you don't know any better. You just try to say, hey, I heard something. Oh. All of these bad friends in London will break your home. Oh. Run away from them. And then she's like, you, I smell controlling behavior. Why are you saying that?
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Honestly, even my own 5-year-old daughter will say that. She will do that I just did. Like, you sound controlling. Can't have friends? Ujaboni, Eshisoni, bros. Okay, actually, most men talk like that, and it's terrible. That's why they're losing their wives. I'm sorry, okay? It's sad that it's happening, but if you don't want to listen, if you are coconut head, what do you want me to do? All I can do is do these shows and hopefully you gather some sense from it. Do the math. How did you end up having lower influence over your wife than her friends that she really doesn't listen to anyway? That's a question, you know? I meant the husband has more influence over the wife than her friends. Yeah. Sorry, sis, I disagree. Husbands have no influence on any woman who doesn't want to be influenced. Oh, Brother Ben. This rhetoric here is going in the direction of you need permission from a woman in order to lead her. Abort mission. Abort mission. Don't do it. A woman need to allow you to lead her before you can lead her. Abort mission. Let's not go that direction. We not go stop tonight. Oh, Jamila Raje.
Oh, Jamila Raje.
No, a leader does not need permission in order to lead. Two things: you need a paycheck, or you need your ability to influence. Okay. All right. A paycheck. That means don't come and be asking her, oh, so you can respect your boss, but you don't come and respect me. Don't be comparing paycheck to. Stop. Abort mission. Okay. That's a paycheck that she's obedient to. That's a misaligned comparison. Husband has no influence on any woman who doesn't want to be. The apps. Let's get to this influence thing. What is influence? Okay, let me ask the almighty Google. Let's see what the first thing that Google says. I'm breathing hard. I'm about to lose my shit. Oh God. I'm rounding up. I have to round up now. Influence is the capacity to have an effect on the character, development, or behavior of someone or something, and the effect itself. There's no place where it says that someone or that something must give you the permission to influence. That would discombobulate the meaning of influence. Ladies, this goes for you as well. You have influence over your husband. It's either you know how to or you don't know how to. And if you don't know how to, you hold your chest and say, I don't know how to, and seek help. Ask questions. Okay? Ask questions. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right, so let me calm down. I need water. I need to bring water into these sessions. Jesus Christ. All right, so let's keep going. The funny thing is that men don't. Okay, we already covered that. Okay, we already covered that. Let's see. All right. Film guy said, when you intentionally find a woman you can easily control, you set yourself up for failure. Yes. The same easy control is what the devil will use to destroy you. Yes. Film girl, where have you been to? Where are you getting this out of? A friend will easily influence her too. Because influence is much more sustainable, easier if you know what you're doing, sustainable over time, right? And when I say sustainable, I say like it goes deep. Like once you create damage, it's very difficult to come out of it. And control is that you can control her for it now. You can say, hey, sit out there. You cannot have friends. That can only last for so long, right? But when you have influence over her, right, she actually will read you. She will know if you think it's a wrong crowd or not. And she probably generally won't carry that kind of friends anyway, just because you have that influence. But that's going to take some work, some patience. You have to be patient with yourself too. We won't have time for patience, all right? Yeah. We'll see. We're there here. We'll talk about these stories all the time, okay? You see me analyze AY's comments. You see me analyze Bola Dinolu's comments. You see me analyze Yule Doche's comments. From the beginning, have I been wrong? Have I been right or right? Right. Once you know it, it becomes predictable. You use it in your favor. You use to keep your wife to yourself all to yourself. Okay. I'm a woman now. Dila say, how about Brother Ben? I'm a woman now. Women don't really influence each other like that. In fact, there has to be a crack in the wall for a woman to run to her friends. That's a fact. That is a fact. There has to be a crack in your relationship for those influence to take a place of stake in your relationship like that. You have to allow it. Okay, now you don't need her to allow you to influence, but you have to allow the influence of the friends, because she's married to you. She's your wife at the end of the day. That means you had some type of influence, and you probably lost your power because you're busy making a big deal out of things that will happen naturally. Like people will have friends, and sometimes they will have friends that they can't keep for long. They will test it themselves, they will feel it to burn them, they will remove their hands. But you're not patient. You're not patient. Not patience, Derek. You're not patient with a T. Anyway, let me see here. What else here do we have here? So, influence is the capacity to have an effect on someone. Okay? Or even the effect itself. Okay? The effect itself is called influence. Okay? There's the art of influence. Okay, there's how to influence, how to win and influence friends, I think, by Dale Carnegie. It's a book I suggest heavily. If you've read my book, you see me suggest behind the scenes. It's a book that I read on a flight to Nigeria. Changed my life. I would never ask you for permission to allow me to lead you and influence you. That's just what? No. You can call it arrogance, you can call it pride, you can call it whatever you want. But me, I recognize that it's influence. And I just won't do that. I refuse to do that. Okay? Yes, Adeyemi, influence is stronger than control. It's much more sustainable. Life, not to say, that book is Bay. How to influence and win. If you get this book, download it for free. You can see it. It's downloaded for free on Man of Prestige. You will see us recommend it. We recommended it on the second book too, the number 1 red flag. The name of the book is How to Win Friends and Influence People. It will help your marriage, it will help you in the corporate world. You will stop overstretching, overworking your brain trying to control other human beings. It doesn't work. If it works, it's temporary. And when it fails, you have to do 10 times the amount of work. You'll crumble eventually. All right. So what did we learn today? Let's do a quick wrap up of what we learned today. Let me do this. I'll be back in 20 seconds. It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Me love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One loving up, we done enough.